In today's hyper-connected world, cybersecurity is more important than ever. But did you know that defending your network is not all that different from defending a medieval fort under siege? One of the greatest historical examples of this is the Great Siege of Malta in 1565, when the Knights of Malta successfully defended their island fortress against the powerful Ottoman Empire. Today, we'll explore the lessons from this siege and see how they can be applied to modern cybersecurity strategies. During the siege, the Knights of Malta knew that the strength of their walls would determine their survival. They built thick walls, trenches, and towers to keep the invaders out. In modern cybersecurity, we must fortify our perimeter in the same way. Your first line of defense in cybersecurity is the firewall, intrusion detection systems, and network segmentation, the digital equivalent of Malta's fortifications. These defenses block intruders and direct attackers to manageable zones. The Knights of Malta understood the weak points in their defense and focused on strengthening them. In cybersecurity, the same principle applies. You need to know your network's vulnerabilities, whether it's unpatched software, unsecured devices, or weak passwords. Regular vulnerability assessments are like inspecting your fortress for cracks. By identifying weak points in your defenses, you can address them before attackers exploit them. Malta's defense strategy wasn't dependent on just one wall. The Knights built multiple layers of defense, from outer walls to inner strongholds. In cybersecurity, this is known as defense in depth. You need multiple layers of protection, like firewalls, antivirus software, encryption, and backups. Don't rely on one defense mechanism. Use layers to strengthen your network, just as Malta's defenders did with their fortress. During the siege, the Knights used intelligence and strategy to anticipate where the Ottoman forces would strike. In cybersecurity, we use threat intelligence in much the same way to predict attackers' movements. By studying attack patterns and using threat modeling, cybersecurity teams can anticipate where the next breach attempt may come from and be ready to defend against it. Even with their strong defenses, the Knights of Malta faced moments when the enemy broke through their walls. But they were prepared with a coordinated response to push the attackers back. In cybersecurity, the same thing happens. A breach may occur, but with a solid incident response plan, you can contain and neutralize the threat. When a breach happens, it's critical to have a process in place for identifying, containing, and eradicating the threat. A quick and effective response is key to minimizing damage, just like how the Knights swiftly responded to breaches in their walls. The Siege of Malta lasted for months, requiring constant vigilance. The Knights couldn't afford to let their guard down, as the Ottoman forces continually adapted their tactics. In cybersecurity, vigilance and adaptation are equally crucial. Threats are constantly evolving, and so must your defenses. Regular updates, continuous monitoring, and adaptation to new threats are essential for staying secure. Just as Malta's defenders adjusted their strategies during the siege, your cybersecurity defenses must evolve to handle new attack methods. The success of Malta's defense wasn't just due to strong walls. It was the teamwork between soldiers, engineers, and commanders that made the difference. In cybersecurity, teamwork is just as important. IT teams, security professionals, and executives must all collaborate and understand their roles in defending the organization. Just as the Knights of Malta relied on coordinated efforts, modern organizations need teamwork to fend off cyber attacks. The Great Siege of Malta offers powerful lessons for modern cybersecurity. Just as the Knights of Malta defended their island fortress against overwhelming odds, today's cybersecurity professionals must protect their digital infrastructures from relentless cyber attacks. With the right strategies, fortifying your defenses, understanding your vulnerabilities, anticipating threats, and responding swiftly, you can protect your digital fort just like Malta's defenders did centuries ago. Stay vigilant, stay strong, and keep your network secure.